What's your why? Why do you want to lose weight? Is it because you want to get healthy? I call BS on that one. A lot of people say that right away, and that's just a big fluffy reason. Like, what does it even mean anyway to get healthy? You know, I found from working with so many women over the years and helping them lose weight and keep it off that they're really only able to accomplish this if we can first identify their real why. And, you know, sometimes we think it's just because we want our clothes to fit, or we think it's just because we should lose the weight and it's gonna help us be healthy. But I find that these deep reasons are oftentimes really emotional. And sometimes the deep reasons only come out when, you know, I have a really real heart-to-heart conversation with the woman who wants to lose the weight, and we get down to it, and oftentimes there's emotions and tears because this is the real stuff that we actually pretend like we don't care about and pretend like we don't want, because that's the only way we can get through every single day without feeling sad and guilty. So as women, we tend to cover up the pain and say everything's fine, everything's great. No, I like how I look. I'm trying to do the whole self-love thing. It doesn't really matter, but it does matter. If it's affecting you and it's interfering with you living your best life, it does matter. So maybe your real reason is because you really want a family picture and you haven't had a family picture for a long time because you hate how you look in those photos. So instead you take all of them, but then you don't have any pictures with you in them with your kids, and that's sad. You know, maybe your real reason is that you want to be able to go to the beach with your family. You want to go on a vacation, and right now you don't even want to think about going to try on swimsuits. Like, even just the thought makes you feel nauseous. Maybe that's your real reason. Maybe it's that you just want to have more energy in the evening to play with your kids, because by the time you get up and you go to work and you go through the whole day, it's just so exhausting and you don't have any energy. Maybe that's what you want. Maybe that's your real why. You know, maybe it's you want your husband to look at you like he did 10 years ago. And that's a legit reason. That's real. That's a real thing. And you know what I found is when we can identify the real why behind why we want to lose weight and keep it off, this is when change happens. This is when the real transformation happens, because when the going gets tough, it's so much easier to stick with it when you know your mission and you know your purpose and you know why you're in this fight. But if you don't really know, if you think it's just because you want to get healthy, honestly, it's a lot easier to give up the getting healthy goal when the going gets tough. So we've got to dig deep right away. And I really encourage you to ask yourself these questions, journal about it, pray about it, talk to someone about it, talk to a coach about it, get support and get accountability in this. And this can be stuff that's really hard to talk about. This is the kind of stuff that we try to mask and we try to keep at bay. We don't want to feel this pain because pain is really hard to feel. But when you feel it, when you embody it, and you admit to yourself, like, it's okay, this is what I want, and it's okay that I want this, then that's where change really, really begins. And that's where it becomes so much easier to stay on course, even when it gets tough. Because it's gonna get tough. You know, life always gets tough at some point. And that's okay. I think this is what really separates, you know, people who are champions and who are in this for the long haul versus the people that just want to lose weight for their wedding. So I encourage you to ask yourself these tough questions, and once you identify your real why, get support. You're not in this journey alone. So often as women, we try to just be independent and take care of everybody else. And, you know, another thing I hear from women is that, you know, they don't have time to put themselves first. They've got to put their kids first and everybody else first. But when you focus on you and when you become your best you know deep down that you can be a better wife, a better mom, a better coworker, better everything, because it's that domino effect. And you've got to put on, you got to put on your own face mask first on the airplane. You've really got to do that. You've got to take care of yourself first. So ask yourself these tough questions, identify your real why. And when you do, I'd love to hear about it, and I'd love to support you in your journey to health and losing weight and keeping it off.